Good morning, everybody. We have two Interwatch items to talk about, but before we get to the Interwatch, I would like to invite a special guest up here. Angela with the Women's Crisis Center is going to come up and talk about the change of names and some of the stuff that they do at the Crisis Center. So, Angela?
Okay. Sure. Thank you very much, Sergeant Woodrow. The YWCA Wichita was founded in 1906 as a chartered member of the YWCA USA and recognized as a local leader in women's rights issues. Over the years, services evolved, with the organization's primary focus becoming domestic violence in 1976 with the opening of the Women's Crisis Center. Over the last 40 years, the YWCA Wichita Women's Crisis Center has served more than 20,000 victims of domestic violence. Today, I am here to share some exciting news. Our organization has been in this community for over a century. We have determined that moving forward, we are going to work to eliminate domestic violence in this community, named the Wichita Family Crisis Center. Our mission does not change, and we will continue to offer the same life-saving services. Our organization serves nearly 1,300 individuals impacted by domestic violence through emergency shelter and outreach services each year. The Wichita Family Crisis Center rebranding reflects an ongoing transition to an organization that not only serves women and children, but is inclusive to all victims of domestic violence. This change gives the organization the ability to communicate its mission more clearly and leaves behind the confusion often associated with the local YMCA and the YWCA USA. As a small nonprofit organization, the complete rebranding transition will occur over the next few weeks as we update signage, release new brochures, and our redesigned website. I do want to note that our 24-hour crisis line does not change. For anyone seeking information on services for victims of domestic violence or wanting to speak to an advocate, you can still call our hotline at 316-267-SAFE. That is 316-267-7233. Statistically, we know that 1 in 4 women and 1 in 7 men have experienced domestic violence. We encourage all victims of domestic and sexual violence to seek support and services. No one deserves to be abused, and you are not alone. Thank you to our community and our partners for your support. We look forward to the next 40 years of being here to serve victims of domestic violence. Thank you very much for allowing us to be here.
Can we ask a couple questions?
Oh, certainly.
When did you guys start serving more than women?
We have been serving women, children, and men for the past several years. Men more so through outreach services, but we have provided shelter to men for the past several years. Honestly, it's just very few in numbers that have sought our services.
So, okay. Have you been like serving men the whole time and then past several years shelter for men too, or is that mostly in the past several years?
I have been in this role as the executive director for the past 4 years, and I can speak to that time. I know we have had a man in shelter, at least one, for the past 4 years, one or more
Okay.
the past 4 years.
And then could you spell your name and then your executive director, is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
Angela, and my last name is Lampe, Lampe.
And Angela.
Correct.
Okay.
Angela, how do you feel about the new name, obviously being more inclusive, like you just mentioned, and the disassociation with the confusion between YMCA, YWCA, and just the word women, so people might think that it's only a women's organization. Can you speak again to how they should feel the new rebranding?
We're very excited about it. It honestly has been a long time discussion for our board of directors, and it was a difficult decision to make because we have such a long and rich history in the community as the YWCA. But we do want to make sure that everyone in the community knows that we are available to serve all victims. And I think that's a primary reason for us to make this change. But also, We are fortunate in our community to have such a strong organization with the YMCA, but that has led to a challenge for us with our branding and recognition for being here for 110 years, and to still have questions of, when are your aerobics classes, or what hours is your pool open? And that's not our mission. That isn't services that we provide. We wanted to be able to step away from that and really try and clarify our mission with rebranding and, like I said, not only being inclusive, but trying to solidify who we are in the community with taking this step. So we're excited to move forward with this.
Will you still be associated with YWCA National?
No, with taking this step, we are disaffiliating with the YWCA USA.
So your I don't know your current website, but I'm guessing that'll change, right?
Yes.
The address will change?
We are in the process of changing, and the new website will be WichitaFamilyCrisisCenter.org.
Have you seen your numbers in terms of people needing your services go up over the last few years? I know we've had 23 homicides this year, but several of them have been domestic violence related. Can you speak to, have services gone up, people needing more services?
Our numbers continue to grow year to year. We see 150 to 200 crisis calls a month coming in. We are serving, this past program year, we had 293 individuals that we provided emergency shelter to, which was a 24% increase over the prior year. And our outreach numbers were just under 1,000 as well. So that still has, with that increase, we still have extreme high turnaway numbers for emergency shelter due to our capacity challenges. So the need is still exceeding capacity with what we're able to provide. We're averaging 60 to 75 women, children, and men that are seeking emergency shelter that we are not able to provide at the time they are calling and requesting that service. So we're providing those services through outreach or referring to our community partners or those in the region as they have availability as well. But with this rebrand, we're also hoping that that will move us closer to our ultimate strategic goal of expanding our shelter capacity space in the next few years.
Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you very much.
All right, two Interwatch items to go over with you today. It's an aggravated battery and an aggravated battery. So two aggravated batteries that occurred overnight. First one's going to be case number 16C76690, 16C76990, an aggravated battery in the area of Kellogg and Woodlawn. This occurred on November 1st at approximately 3:30 a.m. On November 1st at approximately 3:30 a.m., officers were dispatched to a walk-in shooting call at Wesley Hospital. Upon arrival, a 24-year-old female victim was contacted, and it was discovered that the incident had occurred in the area of Kellogg and Woodlawn. The victim stated that she was in the rear passenger side of a Gold Ford 500 pickup, along with a 19-year-old female, 24-year-old female, and a 22-year-old male. The victim stated that they had left a party at the Days Inn over in the area of Kellogg and Woodlawn, and she heard gunshots. She was then struck by a bullet in her back. She did state that she saw a black car that she thought might have been involved in that area, but it is uncertain at this time. She was treated at Wesley with non-life-threatening injuries to her back. And we would ask anybody in the area of Kellogg and Woodlawn at approximately 3:30 a.m. this morning that might have seen or heard anything to call our Wichita Police Department detectives at 268-4407 or Crime Stoppers at 267-2111.
Where was the vehicle that she was in?
It was a Gold Ford 500. I don't know, is that a pickup or a car?
I think
It's a car, sorry. I'm not familiar with.
Wait, and she thinks she saw a black car, but she's not sure.
She did see a black car,
Did see it.
but unknown if it was involved or not.
Are they thinking that it could have been connected to the party, or?
It's unknown at this time.
Who was driving that pickup, or is it a pickup?
No, it's a Gold Ford 500. I don't know if anybody's familiar with what kind of car that is. Car, thank you.
Was the shooting like in the parking lot or was it farther?
In the area of Kellogg and Woodlawn, and I'm not sure which one of the vehicle or which one of the occupants was the driver. All I know is that there was a 19-year-old female inside, a 24-year-old female, and a 22-year-old male along with her. So I'm not sure which one the driver was or not.
And she was 24?
She was 24. She is 24, sorry.
And there were 3 additional to her?
That is correct. Four,
Okay.
four total in the car.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Did anyone call 911 from the scene versus
No.
walking into Westwood?
No. Okay, second case is an aggravated battery under case number 16C 76643. 16C 76643, an aggravated battery in the area of 16th Street North in Volusia. This occurred on October 31st at approximately 11 p.m. On October 31st at approximately 11 p.m., officers were dispatched to a check shots call in the area of 16th Street North in Volusia. A 60-year-old female called 911 reported hearing multiple gunshots in the area. Several minutes later, a 21-year-old male arrived at Wesley with a gunshot wound to his neck. The victim was able to tell the police that he was in the area of 16th and Volusia and advised that he was in his girlfriend's white Chevy Malibu when the backseat passenger window was shot out and he was struck in the neck by a bullet. We are unsure at this time if there was anybody else or who else was in the vehicle with him. The victim advised that he did not see a suspect. Officers also were able to locate damage to a home of a 76-year-old female in the 2800 block of East 16th Street North that was associated with this shooting. Officers are currently looking for a 2012 white Chevy Malibu bearing Kansas tag 920, J as in John, T as in Tom, N as in Nora, JTN, that the victim was in at the time of the shooting. That vehicle has not been located. If you see that vehicle or see it parked along the side of a street or know where that is, please call 911 and have officers come out. Again, we're still looking for any witnesses or additional information regarding this case or who possible suspects are. And as always, you can call the Wichita Police Department detectives or Crime Stoppers. Again, 16th and Volusia area around 11 o'clock last night.
How did he get to Wesley Medical Center?
We believe it was in that car, the white Chevy Malibu, but it is unknown because he was just dropped off at the hospital.
Where's
So
the girlfriend?
I don't know where the girlfriend is.
Okay. Why, wait, a 6-year-old called 911?
A 60.
Oh,
60.
okay.
60.
Okay, thanks.
That's all right.
The girlfriend age of this individual?
I'm not sure. She was not contacted or located or had anything to do with this case, the girlfriend. He just stated that he was in her car. So I
But
don't
the car is
Was she
missing?
driving?
No, she was not driving.
Oh,
Yeah,
Somebody else was driving.
correct.
but wait, so someone, do they know where the person, was he driving?
No, we are unsure at this time who else was in the vehicle
Oh, okay.
with the victim.
Okay.
But the
Okay.
vehicle belongs to the girlfriend.
The vehicle, he says that the vehicle does belong to the girlfriend. Yes, and we are currently working on trying to identify and locate her. But at this time, she does not have anything to do with the shooting.
Okay.
Is the victim being cooperative with police?
Yes, the victim is cooperative, and he does not have life-threatening injuries at this time, and I'm not sure if he's still in the hospital or not, but he is expected to recover and survive.
Any gang relations?
Not that I know of, no. Okay. Anything else?
Do you have any information about Crime Stoppers running short of money?
I know that the Crime Stoppers program did a article with the Wichita Eagle, just from what I read in the Eagle. That's the only thing I know. But I would probably suggest contacting Crime Stoppers, and they'd be able to answer some more questions. That's a nonprofit association that isn't really affiliated with the police department.
Is it having any effect on the relationship with Crime Stoppers and the police department? I mean,
No, not at all.
thus
No.
far?
Yeah, we have a Crime Stoppers coordinator, Detective Hummel. She's still with the police department. She's an employee with the police department, runs the Crime Stoppers through our end, but all the donations and all the money is handled through separate nonprofit through Crime Stoppers. So they're a whole completely different business.
Sergeant Woodrow?
Yeah.
Can you also address, there was a bus accident just 34 minutes ago or so, at 13th and Hardin Place? Could you see if?
Yeah.
There was no one at the scene to give sound?
Okay, yeah, we'll look into that. I have not been made aware of that yet, but we'll definitely look into that. Okay, thanks, guys.